Hello everyone and now welcome to a game between Sock versus Pink, this game taking place here on Amazonia. Good morning Rainer, how are you doing? Good morning everyone there out in the Twitch world. Thank you for tuning in, stopping on by. The past couple of weeks have been, well, absolutely doing a number on my casting schedule between weekly meetings and having to drive the kids off to school and just trying to do everything else a little bit more in the morning. I haven't been able to really set aside and dedicate that 1 hour a day that I want to do to casting. Hopefully that will go back to normal in just a little bit. Finally catching you live. Greetings from Germany. Hello Germany. I can't even speak correctly this morning. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. Thank you for tuning in from Germany. Pink looks darker than normal. Actually, no, this does look like the standard red to me in this human versus undead matchup where Pink has spawned as the red undead on the top right-hand side of Amazonia. Meanwhile, on the bottom left, we have AF Socks spawning as the blue human. Human versus undead. This game taken from the TED Cup, and hopefully it does not disappoint. And oh, thank you. All right, thank you for the kind words out there already. Always a great cast. I haven't even done anything yet, right? Like I haven't. You guys just tuned in, but thank you for all the kind words and encouragement as we are just now about to cross that 2-minute mark. It looks like it will be. It looks like it will be your standard matchup: human versus undead, archmage versus death knight. Tale as old as time, as both of those heroes have become, I guess, the long-standing popular heroes, and even with even with all of the balance changes throughout the years. We are getting the backpack upgrade already as the Death Knight wants to venture forth. He does pick up a Rod of Necromancy and is now perhaps going to be waiting on a ghoul to try and bring over some additional items later on. Meanwhile, Archmage with the Lightning Shield getting in some bonus damage across multiple units here, now trying to purposely pull that aggro a little bit further away, making sure to not lose any of that experience to an accidental Lightning Shield kill as he gets to level 2, picks up an item. There is the Claws of Attack +5. Is the Death Knight going to get it? That is the question there. Death Knight does pick it up, and now, well, going to go ahead and benefit from that bit of bonus attack. A big change right there. 10 damage swing instead of +5 for the Archmage. It is going to be +5 for the Death Knight, as the Death Knight now retreats back and swarms in with a good amount of skeletal minions. All right, skeletal minions taking a bit of pressure. Archmage should have really picked up that item much earlier, but that lightning shield strategy just does not bode well for it, as an additional skeletal minion gets a kill there and looks like it could get one more kill off once more. There's that final shot. Not quite sure how that melee attack really got that far, as the militia was already very far away. Coming back around, we're looking at the Death Knight now with, well, that Claws of Attack +5 and trying to perhaps use some more skeletal minions to put on pressure. Great job coming in from Pink here to put in pressure with only one hero, going up against that many footmen, going up against that many militia, and all he really needed was that Rod of Necromancy for that bit of additional pressure. We can see that more Crypt Fiends are now getting added on into this battle here. What is he going to try and pick up? Crypt Fiend picking up an additional Rod of Necromancy and going to be reinforcing that front line, as there should be plenty of corpses out here onto the battlefield. Death Knight gets a death foil onto the Archmage. Archmage now trying to retreat back. Death Knight, however, absorbing far too much damage and may find himself in a bit of a pickle here, as the damage is already adding up. There's a good bit of denial once more, but more fireballs landing onto that Death Knight. And remember, that Death Knight is the one that stole the Claws of Attack +5, as Crypt Fiends are now going to be joining in on the battle here. All right, Rod of Necromancy. All right, Death Knight now trying to retreat back down to 85 hit points. This Crypt Fiend really needs to get pressured out. If this Crypt Fiend drops, it would actually return back the Rod of Necromancy to his opponent, as the Death Knight now, well, continuing to try and heal up this Crypt Fiend here. All right, that Crypt Fiend will most likely get healed back up once more. Potion of Greater Healing on the Archmage expansion coming in from Sock, as Pink retreats back. He is low on hit points and will need a little bit of heal. Same reason as arrows from Archer can make a building on fire. Yeah. Well, and maybe the farms themselves are naturally flammable. So after enough damage is done to them, well, a little spark is all it takes, and those arrows maybe they cause that spark. Coming back around, a Death Knight now looking to fall back here, go after these rogues while the Death Knight stays on Blight to regenerate a bit of hit points. Rod of well, Rod of Necromancy charges still being used. Archmage now sitting at level 3 with level 2 Water Elementals putting pressure on the Death Knight. Death Knight now down to 54 hit points. There comes the Death Coil, saving that Crypt Fiend there as the Water Elemental absorbing quite a bit of damage. The tech to tier 2 already done. As the Halls of the Dead pushes back this attack, and now we should be looking at perhaps a Lich joining in on the fight as well. Death Knight gets up to level 8, level 2, gets the bonus hit points just in time to stay alive. Now with a rod, now with a potion of healing, just in case there is some sort of additional attack coming across, as we also see a bit of regeneration as well. Slaughterhouse getting added in once more. Needs to see that obsidian statue for that a little bit of additional heal. Meanwhile, Sock sitting at level 3, only one hero, does have 2 bases up and operational, and currently trying to build up a lumber mill in order to get some additional towers. I don't see an arcane vault as of yet, and we are going to see a bit of a tech advantage coming in from Pink, as Pink is going to have a Lich out onto the battlefield alongside some obsidian statues and those Crypt Fiends. Timing is going to be absolutely key and critical here, as the Claws of Attack +5 transfer to the Lich, now dealing upwards of 38 damage per auto attack. Death Knight leading the charge down. Are we perhaps going to be looking at some Frost Novas? Death Coils going down to some units? No, instead, Sock already putting pressure, trying to make sure, you know what, this is the right perfect time for me to put pressure inside your main base here, as the Tomb of Relics is going to get taken down. Footmen do not have defend. They're going to all Scroll of Town Portal back to the expansion and now land here. No Frost Nova across all these highly grouped number of footmen here. There's a Frost Nova there, as we're seeing that damage add up. Perhaps we're going to see a little bit of a flank here. Death Knight does have level 1 Unholy Aura for slightly faster movement speed, but they're still trying to get away from all of these footmen here, as the footmen are trying to swarm and surround. One Crypt Fiend looks like he's going to have a little bit of a problem. No, double backs around the other way, just trying to buy some precious time, as a footman does get taken down here. All right. One Crypt Fiend gets taken out after that. Well, 5-7 units surround up against the trees. Meanwhile, the Death Knight still desperately trying to get up to that next level, unable to do exactly that. Trying to finish off that. There it goes, gets up to level 3. Still doesn't have enough mana, as the Obsidian statue finally shows up. 27 supply compared to 41. Pink no longer having a decent supply or supply equality, always a little bit behind, but there are simply just more workers for Sock, as well as we may be seeing more units getting taken down. All right, Lich does have Essence of Mana and Essence of Blight on him, trying to heal up a little bit more. There's some more deny by Sock, as Sock is sitting on a level 4 Archmage with level 2 Brilliance Aura. Death Knight continuing to battle it up here. Death Knight, it does have a potion of healing, should be able to fight around in this battle a little bit longer. Lich has enough mana for a Frost Nova. Are we going to see a Frost Nova go down, as the Obsidian statue is still here? Death Knight taking a little bit of damage, going to be forced to retreat back. There's that Frost Nova, but only level 1 Frost Nova, not going to be able to add up to all that much, as we see one Footman getting taken down. Footman with defend, trying to reflect back the damage from those Crypt Fiends. Meanwhile, Water Elemental chasing after the Obsidian statue here, getting the Obsidian statue low on hit points and out of position, away from that Lich and that Death Knight, as the units are still fighting their way through. All right, more and more Obsidian statues are getting added into the mix here. Crypt Fiends are trying to back up. Lich still low on hit points. Death Knight does have enough for a 400 hit point heal, should be going for that 400 hit point heal, and does it. The Lich only sitting at level 1 means that it only has 475 hit points. Trying to get every ounce of usefulness is often very dangerous there, as the Lich finally gets up to level 2. 30 upwards of 41 damage now, as we are looking to that tech to tier 3. Tech to tier 3 will unlock the that orb of corruption, that negative armor, in fact, as the Death Knight and Lich try to level up a bit more. Opposite side of the field, Sock now going into, well, Arcane Sanctum dual workshops as well for those mortar team. I only see one Arcane Sanctum here, so only one Arcane Sanctum. Perhaps riflemen and well, it's perhaps going to be knights. Actually going for Spellbreakers instead of priests. That's a little bit of a curious move, as he still needs a little bit of casters to try and keep that fight going long. Meanwhile, 36 supply compared to 45. Pink is still in a little bit of trouble in terms of size of his army. Meanwhile, though, that level 3 Death Knight and level 2 Lich with Orb of Corruption could be adding in more damage here in just a second. That negative armor coupled with all of that here. Death Knight now going to perhaps try and back around. Obsidian statues are all here. There's a Stormbolt onto the Death Knight. Death Knight going after some of those units. Are we perhaps going to see a Frost Nova go down? There's a Frost armor onto the Death Knight, protecting much of that damage. Meanwhile, Obsidian statue trying to escape away. Looks like it will be able to do exactly that. Stormbolt now goes down onto the Lich. Lich is going to be in a back across. There's the death coil. There's the save as we now see the Pit Lord join in on the battle. Not Howl of Terror. Rain of Fire now coming down, adding in a little bit of extra bonus damage to add onto all of these footmen. The footmen were trying to get us around here, not simply realizing that so much damage could have been come across there. There's another Death Coil save onto that Crypt Fiend who has Frost Armor and 400 hit point heals from that Death Knight as the units are still trying to retreat back. 46 supply compared to 50. The sudden appearance of the Pit Lord taking down or dealing so much damage to the footmen, perhaps not exactly what Sock was expecting at all. But those surprise plays don't always work out in the end, as there is often a better hero that could have been used. And is that enough of pressure that the Pit Lord was able to put down in that situation to tip things in his favor? All right, Destroyer low on hit points. Flying Machine's going to quickly come back around here. Are we going to see a little bit of damage as the Destroyer now tries to retreat back? Death Coil could go down onto the Destroyer for a bit of additional heal. He wants to perhaps try and devour some magic. Are we going to see that Destroyer get taken down? Yes, we are. No Death Coil at all from that Death Knight. And Pink perhaps asleep at the wheel. Archmage, Orb of Fire alongside a Staff of Sanctuary. It looks as though Sock is getting his feet underneath him and he's going to be standing back up for the later portions of this game. And will he be able to, get Pink trapped into a corner? He has an economic advantage off of two bases right now. He is also sitting decently in terms of hero experience, only slightly behind a level 4 compared to a level 3, and then the Mountain King trying to get to level 3 as well. The Lich does spell some sort of problems as the Death Knight and still hasn't had enough mana to really keep this entire army alive and well, and it's really come down to for Pink. Level 4, level 3, level 2 coming across the hero levels here. There's an ensnare onto an abomination. The Flying Machine still deal quite a bit of damage. We don't see any destroyers in the air at this point, as the Flying Machines would simply take them down. But there is really no need for the destroyers as of yet, as there is only one knight out onto the battlefield, and with no additional knights being trained back home. Sock is sitting on 1,000 gold and could easily get into low upkeep here in just a moment, as we're looking at more creeping going down Pit Lord halfway to level 3. All right, Mountain King now also sitting at level 3 here, both sides creeping out these Granite Golem creep camps. We are looking at the Rock Golem about to get taken down. Another Granite Golem coming in with those giant thunderclaps, causing a little bit of slowing problems. Paladin may need to get in some Holy Lights. Does also have a Sobi Mask. Needs to heal up that Mountain King here. And getting that Paladin up to level 3 is going to be crucial, as this Granite Golem still fighting its way through. Will he get to level 3? Yes, he does. Getting more than half of that distance there, as the Paladin perhaps going to transfer that Cloak of Flames to that Mountain King, so that he can be in that front line spot and really leverage more off of those thunderclaps. Pit Lord also with a Cloak of Flames as well. Pit Lord also looking to use Cleave over Howl of Terror, perhaps trying to get in a little bit more splash damage. All right, Pit Lord just going to be able to just slice and dice his way through all of these units, get up to level 3. A Death Knight will stay at level 4, so it's going to be 4-3-3 going up against a 4-3-3 as the Mountain King comes in from behind, gets a Stormbolt onto the Crypt Fiend, and here we are starting an engagement. All right, level 2 Thunderclap. Mountain King trying to find the right spot, trying to overshoot it just a little bit. Death Knight now in a little bit of trouble, trying to head back off to the north. Thunderclap dodged by the Death Knight, but hitting the Lich and some of the other units as well. Fighting on Blight is always a little bit of a risky proposition, as we see quick sniping of that Banshee. No anti-magic shell there. Death Knight continuing to fight back around Death Coil, trying to finish off the Archmage, but the Archmage job to stay alive alongside of that level 2 Holy Light from that Paladin. Mountain King in a little bit of trouble. Mountain King completely surrounded, low on mana, unable to get in any additional Thunderclaps as damage is adding back up, but a beautiful Staff of Sanctuary saving that Mountain King when he was down to 50 hit points. Losing that Mountain King could have spelled certain doom. Instead, Mountain King currently healing back up, back at home. No priest even offering to speed up that process. As we're looking still, 50 supply army compared to 61. Pink finally starting to bank a little bit of gold, but Sok is banking gold and still has quite a bit of lumber as well, in addition to the fact that his expansion is still operational. Good morning, Burrow Rush. Coming back around, we are looking at level 2 armor upgrades for the knights and those knight 1 weapon upgrades for the flying machines, and also level 1 armor upgrades for those flying machines too. How is this all going to unfold here? Additional training of units. There's another Abomination. There's another Crypt Fiend. There is another Banshee getting up into 62 over 62 supply compared to 72 by Sok. Now, we are looking at a couple of cannon towers being placed down by Sok. So using cannon towers do upgrade very slowly, but they are the only human tower that has fortified armor. They also do quite a they can actually, fragmentation shards work for cannon towers, not something that you see very often. And well, we'll see if that damage is going to be enough, trying to pull units into this position here and get in a little bit of splash damage. Anti-magic shell across multiple units. In comes the fight here. There's a bit of cleave going down. Knight's going to try and engage. Death Knight now trying to in that front line spot, as well as the Pit Lord, well, absorbing quite a bit of damage in that front line here. Meanwhile, Archmage going after the backline Obsidian statues, healing up as the Mountain King comes in with a monster Thunderclap, slowing down many of those units in the center. One taken down. 63 supply over 70. The cannon towers may not even be needed, as it looks like Sok's army is simply just going to be able to almost move into position and take down much of Pink's. 57 supply compared to 78. Peasants are already starting to retreat back. No, cannon towers are already up 90 to 111 damage with very, very far range. You can see the possession happening, and then the units will quickly going to get taken down by the very far range attack. Banshees trying to turn the tides, unable though, as the Banshees are perhaps trying to grab a couple more knights here. All right, Pit Lord down to 175 hit points. There is a Death Coil able to be saved. Mount Paladin gets taken down. Level 4 on the Lich. Things are turning back around as suddenly Pink at 55 supply, even though he has a smaller army, continuing to put in all of this pressure. Lich still has plenty of mana. Could perhaps try to get in another Frost Nova across multiple units. There's another Death Coil. There's a Frost Nova going down onto a Priest. Priest number 1 going to get taken down. Priest number 2 taken down as well, as we're looking at another Water Elemental about to fall. All right, level ups going to be inbound here. Cannon towers, and now we are looking at Rain of Fire, trying to finish off more units, as a Knight is going to get taken down. Knight and Mountain King both going to end up falling. No, I believe the Paladin was saved. Mountain King not so much, as the Flying Machines now coming in from behind to perhaps cause a bit of problems, as they have the ability to attack the ground now. All right, Scroll of Town Portal, Tactical Retreat, trying to finish off any more of these remaining units. Flying Machines removing them all away, leaving behind just the cannon towers, which could give the Death Knight level 5. Alright, as this all gets cleaned up, the main base still has about 3 minutes of mining left. That 3 minutes of mining is going to be absolutely key, as we're looking at the Death Knight. No, does not look like the Death Knight will get up to level 5. Simply too many heroes nearby, taking a lot of that experience with it as well. So level 4, level 3. Mountain King resurrected at the tavern, gonna be wholly lighted back up to full hit points, and now trying to use some clarity potions alongside the Brilliance Aura to get back into this game here. The downside, well, Pink needs to hold this location here in order for the game to continue on. Meanwhile, Banshee sniped down by those Flying Machines, as the Knights are already diving on in. Death Coil straight up onto the Pit Lord, trying to hold here. Flying Machines finding some easy Banshee targets, going to take them down before they're able to get that possession, and I believe this is the beginning of the end. Knights are going to finish off the Crypt Fiends there, as the Pit Lord still trying to find his way through this fight. Death Knight sitting at level 4, really needed to get up to level 5. There's a Holy Light saving up a Paladin once more, as the Death Knight now retreats to the back. The Flying Machines switching targets, knowing that there's no more destroyers in sight, having the insight to get the additional ground attack upgrades, those bombs, which is just enough to put pressure as all of those units try and fly back. Scroll of Town Portal being used by the Death Knight, but that's not going to be enough as Pink gives the GG. Sock, even after losing his Mountain King in that second to last battle, able to bounce back since he had the economy and able to rush on in and take the game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.